Hi, thanks for stopping by. My name is Alex, and this is a channel about guitars, gear, and related music stuff. And today I just want to do a quick video and talk about an issue that I've seen often in the guitarist spaces. And it's like the feeling that your gear is not good enough because something new came out. And I think all of us have fallen prey into that area. For example, let's say you have a HX Stomp or a Helix from the previous generation, and now you get the Helix Stadium came out, and all of a sudden your previous Helix, you started noticing stuff that you don't like, that you weren't noticing before, or they weren't like a big deal before, but now because there's this new piece of gear coming in, all of a sudden the old one doesn't sound as good. Or you have a guitar pedal, and there comes a new one with some added nub and some added features, and you were doing perfectly fine with the one you had. There was no problems with it. There was definitely nothing that you were like, oh man, I wish you had this. And now because a new one came out, you kind of want that the old one, even though. And I know that's not everybody, but I mean, I've fallen prey to that. I thought about that, and I wonder how much of that is the actual gear acquisition syndrome that we used to talk about, like that whole thing that pushes us into getting new gear, in between us, and how much of that is just like marketing being shoved down our throats. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel like YouTube doesn't feel like the same as it used to feel like back in the day when I felt like there was like smaller people like coming in and doing advice or just reviewing. You can hear that crow. I'm not redoing this. So it threw me off, and I'm pretty sure you hear the crickets too, but that's fine. That's background music. That's nature's music, as I say. So here he goes again. So yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit. Yeah. So you started YouTube feels now like you are getting people who are being indoors, who are working with companies, and they're like paying them to advertise their products. And by all means, I don't think that's bad at all. Like, I wish someday some company reaches out to me and gives me a product to, so I can like uh like like review on my channel and I get paid for it. That will be awesome for a change. But as it stands, I used to love the people like reviewing legacy equipment, or like I love to find these videos that are going in deep into like older units from like the 90s or the 2000s, things that we might have overlooked and are hidden gems, or things that are just, that they used to be great and we just toss it aside when the new thing came out, and it so happens that they're not that bad at all. Like units like TC Electronic stuff, like the Nova system, the Pod line, all of those equipments that we used to like drool over, and now we're like, we don't care. Like back then they used to sound so great to us, and now we're just like, no, they don't, they sound horrible because this new thing came out. I mean, how good is this new thing? Is it worth the extra expense if we already have something? Like, I'm not against technology, I love technology and new things, but how much of it is just like marketing and impulse buying, right? And just thought about that because I was talking to a friend yesterday, and he was talking about playing as a volunteer in church, which I think is a great thing for him to do. But he was talking about buying a new Helix Stadium, and I'm like, you can borrow my Pod Express. I'm sorry. And he'll be like, well, I want to have the Pod Stadium. I mean, the Helix Stadium. And we were talking about it back and forward. I mean, it's his money. He can do whatever he wants, obviously, as well as you. But at some point, he told me, "Hey, I like to have it, and it's a good excuse for getting one. We don't need the big of a push to buy something that we musicians, and of course, it's his money. I've done the same thing in other instances. I just think that we should get a little bit more conscientious, if that's even a word, of the money we're spending on this, because sometimes we spend hundreds or thousands to get hundreds, and in his case he was being a voluntary worker. It's not even about money. But like he told me himself, he used to have the Helix original one, and he was happy with it. But then he saw somebody with a fractal, and then he wanted a fractal, and from that he jumped at the other thing. uh I mean, and it doesn't bother me what he does. It's just that I've been there, and I'm like, ugh, yeah, that sounds exactly like me. I've done that exactly as he's saying it. And I remember when people used to like use what they had, and they just like learn the like very good how to play, how to use that one tool, and then I mean they didn't need anything else. If it sounded well back then, how much better does this new thing sounds? Do you even need, I mean, this new thing, this new piece of equipment or gear? How much of a difference it's gonna be doing with you? uh, the learning curve in this new equipment. I mean, how long will you take to learn this new piece of equipment so you can take advantage of its features and all of this stuff? Because it's like you buy equipment, and it has so many features that you don't take advantage of them. I end up, let's say, if I buy a Helix, I'll end up using the overdrive and maybe a cap sim and an amp sim, and the reverb and sometimes delay. You know how many overdrives and delays and reverbs I have, and I already have amp simulation that I like. Now, if Line 6 want to fork one so I can check it out, I'm hey, it's welcome. But I'm just saying, it's something to talk about. I mean, again, like, yeah, I mean, if you want to buy a Helix, buy a Helix. I mean, come on, it's not about that. But yeah, I've been missing those legacy equipment reviews and that stuff, and maybe I'll start doing some of those myself. I have some old pedals here and stuff that I'll put out. So I don't know. What do you think about these topic? Put it on the comments down below, and then I just something to think about.